So Smackdown happened in Nashville, Tennessee, or whatever. Jelly Roll was there. For those who don't know, WWE is planning to do something with Jelly Roll, and I don't understand, and I don't get the appeal for Jelly Roll. I don't know who Jelly Roll is. I'm not trying to act like I don't know. I guess I'm out of the loop. I don't know if he's some like big star. Unless you, I don't know. I don't know who Jelly Roll is. I don't care for Jelly Roll. When you talk about like these supposed celebrities, you would think like people who actually do talk about like Taylor Swift and even Sabrina Carpenter, like those stars, even Travis Scott, for God's sakes. Even though I don't care for these celebrities, you would think like these are the celebrities that are like oh wow, they're like talked about, you know. I don't even get like the whole appeal of Jelly Roll. I don't. Who the fuck is Jelly Roll? I don't know. Like I'm not trying to. I don't know. Anyways, like he's with Randy Orton backstage, and like they're like kicking off with him, and then the show started with LA Knight. Well, LA Knight showed up. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat Seth Rollins, yeah. Then the family tree showed up. Yeah. So basically, I don't know. I feel like it's like the ripoff of the Learning Tree. For God's sake, the fucking name. Anyways, Soul Sokoa. It says we're back at it with you. I guess whatever. He interrupts. But I was able to do what you can't is defeat Soul or whatever. Jacob Fatu. Oh yeah, Paul Heyman was there too or whatever. And then he's afraid of Soul Sokoa. But then they were about to attack LA Knight. But then Jimmy Uso brings in the chair. Then they cleared away. And then eventually Nick Aldis makes the match. Nick Aldis should just make himself, like, just name Matchmaker. Matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a catch. Cat me a catch. Like, literally just give him that theme song. Like, why is it with, like, the whole bullshit with like, GMs, like, they're just apparently making matches. You know what I mean? Like, that's all they do now. Back then, GMs were actually part of the show and actually did interesting shit. Speaking of interesting, the only thing interesting I can say is Fred Durst was there. It's cool to see that Fred Durst is, still wrestling. Like, this is a guy, you want to talk about celebrity? Fred Durst is a fucking celebrity, okay? So why, where's the love for Fred Durst, for crying out loud? Why isn't he in a fucking match? He was in the freaking WWE Smackdown Just Bring It game, for God's sakes. Alexa Bliss defeats Roxanne Perez, Sol Ruca, and Kairi Sane in a pointless freaking fatal four-way match for the women because they're having a tag match at Sunday. I don't get it, nor do I care. Why is this match happening? Just for momentum. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? If you want momentum, like, the momentum should be like, hey, the winner gets to fuck the sexiest man known as a Zoopster. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? But whatever. Like, yeah, no one knows who Sol Ruca is. Why was she, like, there was no indication, or there was no way they introduced her. If you want to make this shit, like, make sense, they should have just had this match for the women's fucking whatever. Like, they should have made this match for the women's North American title, because she was the North American champion. I don't even fucking know, nor do I care. This is announced for freaking, the participants are announced, whatever. I don't care, I just don't. This is announced for the main event. Basically the same shit as last week. Copy and paste the same bullshit as last week. The Wyatt 6 wins the tag titles against the Street Profits. I'm surprised this happened on SmackDown, not Saturday Night Main Event. I mean, why not just have it in Saturday Night Main Event? But whatever. So much for the tag titles, like, being important. And, like, it's that bad where, like, the Wyatt 6, this is probably going to be the only best thing they will do. Okay? Like, this is really going to be the only good thing that the Wyatt 6 are going to be able to do, is just winning tag titles. Because let's be honest here, they're not going to amount much to be anything really exciting. I'm sorry. Like, they're just living off the death of Bray Wyatt, and they're not really being excited. They're not getting, they're not being handled. That, if you want to make people care, it's not going to be handled. That's for sure. Jelly Roll makes his performance, whatever, but he gets interrupted by Logan Paul. Logan Paul basically mentioning how, you're an outsider. No one wants to see you in the WWE ring. You have no right. You're taking time out of the wrestler's time, which is obviously ironic because Logan Paul, he's somewhat doing the same thing, but let's be honest here. Logan Paul is is basically a WWE superstar. I mean, he may have started as a celebrity, like a typical celebrity, but he actually became a fucking wrestler. So he is kind of like, representing, in a way, sense of both. But like, yeah, he's kind of speaking like in a way to himself. But then, Randy Orton came out. Jelly Roll says, like, no one cares about your podcast, man. And then, like, that gets Logan Paul angry. Then Randy Orton comes out, like, how could you say he's an outsider? It's you, Logan. You're Logan. How about you show some respect? Which, this is what they're doing with Randy Orton, for crying out loud. This is what they're fucking doing with Randy Orton. And then Randy Orton gets claimed. Randy Orton gets claymored. Which, this is what they're doing with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. Like, this is how you freaking ruin... I mean, I'm not saying they're ruining them, but this is how they're downgrading Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton, where they're gonna freaking be probably in a stupid tag match with, with Jelly Roll in it for SummerSlam. Like, this is what they're fucking doing. This is what this shit has amounted. Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. And really, they're apparently planning to have Jelly Roll, like, wrestle, which, why? Like, listen, if I don't know who fucking Jelly Roll is, right, most likely a lot of people really know who Jelly Roll is. This is not going to bring any more people to watch freaking WWE. The point of celebrities is to actually bring attraction to WWE. That's what guys like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, freaking Shaq O'Neal, even freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger. A lot of great celebrity moments that you had. Even Hugh Jackman, for crying out loud. A lot of celebrities who actually freaking... Donald Trump, for God's sakes. People know. And people, you think this is going to do with Jelly Roll? No, you don't know who the fuck you're doing. Fred Durst probably would do more to bring people to watch WWE than freaking Jelly Roll. You already have Logan Paul, for crying out loud, to make people care. Why? I don't even know. I don't know. Some people say, like, oh, his story of being a wrestling fan is good. I mean, everybody's a fucking wrestling fan. Doesn't mean freaking people to be, like, I don't get it. Like, really? They're doing this shit? I don't know. Whatever. It's not, Logan Paul is already enough to be a celebrity in terms of WWE. You want to really bring a celebrity? Bring like Sydney Sweeney, for crying out loud. Bring actually people fucking know. No one knows who fuck like a lot of these celebrities are. A lot of these celebrities are not even freaking real cool celebrities anymore. Whatever. And Randy Orton, like, that was cool. Whatever. Oh yeah, how can I forget? Like, Jelly Roll got his instruments destroyed by Logan Paul. And then freaking Logan Paul, he was attacking Randy Orton, but then, like, Jelly Roll threw him around, drew him off of Randy, and that's what led to Logan Paul attacking the instruments, and it's like, whatever. Randy Orton holds back Jelly Roll from attacking Logan, whatever, stopping him, and then, because he's so scared about his instruments. And then, like, Jelly was like, yo, he disrespecting me, man. I won't be in your corner and shit. Yeah, it's like, that'll be all. I mean, Randy Orton suggested how about being in my corner, which is like, what the fuck? Jelly Roll's not a fucking wrestler. And you want him to be in your fucking corner. Like, how does that make any sense? Like, this is what we're doing with Randy Orton now? This is what we're doing with fucking Randy Orton? This is the Randy Orton we get now? This is no wonder why Randy Orton is not really, like, a cool babyface, if you're all honesty, because his legitimacy's not there. R-Truth defeats Aleister Black. So much for R-Truth, again, for people saying, R-Truth's release was a work. This proves that R-Truth's release was not a work, and it was just a joke. Because this match, I mean, I'm fine this match was not long, okay? I'm tired of everybody wanting to see long matches on TV, because it just makes you, like, you're not going to care, especially with the commercial breaks, and it's like, especially when there's no real story. So R-Truth won against Aleister Black in, like, a 2-minute match, which I'm fine with. Aleister Black apparently was about to use his chair, which I don't get, whatever. But anyways, Truth, he just walks away easily, And there's, like, no indication of what he's doing. Like, I'm not even sure, like, what R-Truth is doing. You know what I mean? Like, what is he doing? Is it really going to be, like, some side act again? And just going to be on the side of, like, Damian Priest for Aleister Black? So after the match, he goes to chase R-Truth, but then Damian Priest stops Aleister Black. It's like, oh, man, you just want, man, calm down, man. Like, calm down, shit, he's on, you know, whatever. It happens. And then Damian Priest, like, gets, Aleister Black's like, oh, yeah, okay, we're cool. But then after that, Aleister Black attacks Damian Priest. Basically, I guess Aleister Black turned heel. I don't know. But yeah, like, I guess we're getting an Aleister Black, Damian Priest feud. Whatever. Darkness, people feuding, whatever. I guess you add R-Truth and it's a little more extra dark. I don't know. R-Truth, the fact that R-Truth, is not even utilized as big as people hoping for, just goes to show that he was not in the plans of WWE. Like, it was never in the plans of him to come back. That whole work bullshit is a bullshit excuse. He was never brought back for a reason. Like, they just brought him back because of outrage and don't really have a plan for him. So much for, like, oh, he wants to face John Cena, and, like, immediately, like, nothing happens from that. And I feel bad, because, like, R-Truth, he does deserve something. I do agree with the whole shirt, by the way, Trish. I agree heartily. What the fuck is this? Yeah, I agree with I agree with that shirt, Trish. That's a good shirt. Yeah, you have. You have a Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, face off, but there was no entrances. So I guess because of the show now being 2 hours. Oh yeah, this is the first live 2-hour show of SmackDown in a while. So much for, like, being 2 hours, they can't even do entrances, which, wow, like, I guess they really lost how they really forgot how to book a show now, huh? Tiffany says she always wanted to face Trish, looking forward to going to Evolution. That's why I picked you. But I picked you because I bet I want to prove that I could beat the old or whatever. And then, like, oh, what, because I remember how good you were when I saw you on VHS. And then, did you see that on TikTok? Says Trish, which, get it, I'm older, I'm from the 2000s, and you're from the 2020s. Like, basically, that's what they're going for. Like, get it, it's old school versus new school type of shit, which is, like, and they're using, like, kind of preschool humor. Like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Yeah. Naomi comes out, reminds how she's gonna win. She's gonna cash in whenever, and then Jay Cargill attacks her and whatever. This is announced for next week, and this is probably gonna be seen as, like, only one of only Imperiuses. Like, I understand that Cena, he's a busy guy, Hollywood star, whatever, but it's, like, so much for his final run when literally he's not gonna be on every show. Like, and the show's gonna hurt from it. The show's gonna hurt from, like, Cena not being there, for crying out loud. The main event, Jimmy Uso and LA Knight defeated Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. Second week in a row, Solo Sikoa gets pinned as United States Champion. This is, again, for all you people say that, this is Vince booking. What does this fucking tell you? That Triple H is no different than Vince in terms of his booking. I mean, he learned from him. This is the bullshit where, get it? Just because the guy is champion, he's protected. Like, that's not true. Like, that's the whole bullshit excuse that they think, like, it exists. Like, oh, get it? Because this guy, he's the champion, he's protected, which is bullshit. It's complete fucking bullshit. After the match, LA Knight gets attacked by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And no Rollins. Not even Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu was not on the fucking show, by the way. Which, wow. Like, you're just gonna keep him off the show? I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like, you could have done something where, like, credit to Vince Russo on his SmackDown review with Sportskeeda. He mentioned, like, to make people, like, something, this is what the show lacks nowadays. It lacks, like, again, they clearly know how to, they could do stuff where it was like a continuation of the show. They did that with Rollins this past week, which I'm just thinking, like, why they couldn't do it this week. Like, they're gonna have something to cliff you, like a cliffhanger for the show. Like, Jacob Fatu, his car is, like, wrecked. He can't get here. But then, Jacob Fatu shows up in the end of the show. Like, why can't we get that? Where was Rollins even? Like, to kind of get revenge for Monday. Like, why can't we get something like that? It's like the simplest things you can do, and you fail to do so. I don't fucking know. Regardless, that was SmackDown. the Jelly Roll thing was just whatever. I'm not gonna say I hated it, but I didn't love it at the same time. I just thought like that's just useless. It's not gonna really bring mainstream appeal. People like to say, oh, he's a lifelong WWE fan. Okay, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. Where's my shot? I mean, like, if you want to talk about his story, like, oh, he was in jail, which I didn't know, then, like, why not mention it? Then maybe I would buy into, like, the whole Jelly Roll guy. But at the end of the day, I don't care. They didn't really mention it, so why should I care? But really, Jelly Roll, like, this show was just literally just Jelly Roll jizz. This was Jelly Roll garbage. That's what it was. Jelly Roll garbage. It was a fucking dumpster full of jellies. Okay? That tasted like shit. That's what the show was. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye. And the show before Evolution at SNME event really was on maintenance road. That's for damn sure. Jelly garbage.